Podcasting from Woodstock, Georgia, welcome to Soul Solutions, a show where we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs. I'm your host, author, and certified life coach, Terry Kozlowski. Hello, warriors. Do you feel you have the power to set personal boundaries with others? Are you able to tell others no? If you need help, you can take my course, The Guide to Setting Personal Boundaries, on mastermind.com. The link is in the show notes. Take the course as an act of self-empowerment. Now let's start this week's episode. Episode 94. See, imagination is the empowerment tool to create your future. How often do you daydream? Do you admonish yourself for this so-called time-wasting activity? You really shouldn't, because your ability to imagine permeates your being. Why? Because it influences all you accomplish and produce. Humanity's ability to imagine is unique. It allows you to tap into the infinite possibilities by envisioning how things could be. But most people live in a reality that is based on what they have unconsciously chosen to expect, accept, and focus on. Instead, consciously turn your imagination to those things you want to create in your life, and the possibilities are endless. Your imaginative powers are being controlled by your egoic mind, which wants you to live an ordinary life. But the universe desires for you to live a life of meaning and purpose, because there's only one you, and the world needs you in this time and place to make a difference. You have the power to create more than you can envision, but it requires you to have faith in your imagination. Imagination leads to novel discoveries, ambitions, and concepts in every area of life. Without your ability to imagine, your hopes and dreams wouldn't even exist. So if imagination is the key to all adaptations and improvements, how can you use your imagination more consciously? What is imagination, and why is it vital? When you imagine, you're investigating thoughts and perceptions that are different than you currently live. Or it can be thinking about your desires for yourself. You can imagine something novel based on your experiences, which is called synthetic imagination, because you utilize your logical capabilities. Or you can be like a child and have a creative imagination, which is the ability to visualize something that doesn't exist, even something illogical. Imagination is a vital component of living your life. You've separated yourself from this amazing miracle, blaming it on difficulties of life. Every choice, every notion, and every seed of opportunity starts with a single thought. You only have the power to identify and reimagine it to make the prospect or concept work for you. Humans are nothing more than workhorses without the ability to imagine. Your imagination ignites your passions, which help you move past the stresses of your responsibilities. Using your mind to create a better future happens by imagining. Otherwise, you focus on the mind-numbing routine of survival instead of living passionately. The mind shift allows for an energy shift into a more positive, creative role. As you stimulate your creativity, you open your mind and innovation can occur because you are now in flow with the universe. And when that happens, so does all the magic. And once you use your imagination to create, you gain hope in your ability to transform your future. How to consciously imagine. Being mindful of your thoughts allows you to consciously create enjoyable days instead of a boring routine of just getting by. Imagining is an innate practice once the mind relaxes. So put away the electronics which inhibit you from imagining. Here are 9 ways for you to expand your imaginative skill set. Number 1, visualize the result you desire. When you know how you want your life to be, imagining it that way is the first step to creating it with the universe. It may help to get your ideas down on paper, whether you're journaling about it with as much detail as possible or creating a vision board. You have a constant reminder of what you're moving towards, aids you in taking the steps needed. Number 2, help others use their imagination. When you encourage other people to consciously imagine, it opens them up to infinite possibilities. When you enable others to think without concern that their ideas will be ridiculed, potential solutions arise from everyone's different perspective. It's courageous for someone to share that crazy idea, but it may be the solution that's needed. Number 3, take time for contemplation. The egoic mind reacts to situations without thought. But when you take time to reflect on how you want the result to be, you consciously create a better outcome. You do this through breathing exercises, taking breaks every hour, taking walks outside, or even listening to music. A little daydreaming is an effective way to clear away any stress the day is causing. Number 4, question everything. Asking active and open questions activates the imaginative processes in everyone who heard the query. Although sometimes asking why something occurred is necessary so it's not repeated, the most important question is to ask, now what? Creative problem solving isn't about finding fault, but creating new options, possibilities, and opportunities from the situation at hand. Number 5, be playful. Allowing playfulness to emerge allows for a bit of de-stressing. Role-playing is an effective way to learn because it allows for new connections to be made when you are more relaxed. Play allows for the rearrangement of current information into useful and different combinations because you're imagining, improvising, and being open to inspiration. Number 6, share your ideas. Ideas evolve if you will communicate them with your tribe. Why? Because when ideas spread, they pick up nuances that the original person didn't see, since everyone has their own perspective. Being able to explore and develop ideas in the incubator of one another's imagination creates unique and innovative solutions. Number 7, look for the unexpected. Strange inputs activate your imagination. Remember, your egoic mind wants to see what it expects, what's normal, and what's safe. Any anomalies get noticed, and when this occurs, your mind entertains different approaches than it normally would. When you stimulate the reframing as a tool, you discover new possibilities. Number 8, experiment. With diversity comes novelty. Trying new things, whether it's creating art or learning to play an instrument, opens the mind. When you are dedicated to nurturing your curiosity, experimentation comes easily and innovations occur. See, curiosity allows for new pathways for thinking, and the more you practice, the easier it becomes to foster this process of imagination. Number 9, be hopeful. Your imagination grows from your dreams and stresses, which propel you to hope for a better life. When you become discouraged, your mindset becomes negative, which focuses you on living a small life. But when you observe the world around you and are inspired by the awe in your life, you plant the seeds of opportunity that blossom. Benefits of being imaginative. Did you realize imagining enhances your critical thinking skills? It's because it aids you to see circumstances from an alternative perspective, which allows you for inventive resolutions. You using your imagination is a key to boosting your brain power because it creates more neurons. Through imagination, you can empathize with others, thus improving social connections. You can see this when reading about a character in a book and understanding how a person would feel from the story you're reading. It also improves your observation skills and collaborative efforts, and you are less confrontational. Why? Because your brain can better communicate as you are less judgmental and more sympathetic. Imagination helps people recover from depression and other mental illnesses by removing the fear component from their minds and changing their perspective on life. Yes, because you're imagining winning, which is eliminating the fear associated with taking the risk. This then affects your subconscious by developing your self-confidence. How? By allowing your fantasizing to be non-judgmental, thereby permitting you to appreciate your unique talents. Furthermore, you start to trust your instincts and intuition. Why? Because you are resolving issues and creating better circumstances in your fantasies. Moving forward imaginatively. To be creative in life, you must think outside the box. Being inspired creates limitless imagination, which serves as a driving force behind changing your future for the better. You have a future. Are you going to allow your egoic mind to keep repeating the ordinary and safe life you're living? Or are you going to use your imagination to make a change? Survival is important for the ego, but thriving is vital for the soul. Thriving encompasses surviving, so why not thrive? Your ability to flourish in your life is fueled by the capacity to use your imagination to create the life you love. Use it, not to escape the ordinary, but to create the extraordinary. As you become more mindful of your imaginative abilities, you can alter the course of your life. Do you need help visualizing your goals? Are you looking for support in learning how to play again? Do you want a strategy to help create an extraordinary life? If so, please get in touch with me and we can put together an action plan for you to use your imagination and live authentically. To learn about how I use my imagination to become a more authentic version of myself, you can do so by reading my book, Raven Transcending Fear, available on Amazon, or you can go to raventranscendingfear.com for more information. Thanks for listening to Soul Solutions with Terry Kozlowski. If you'd like the show and want to learn more, check out terrykozlowski.com, where you can find the links to everything we talked about in this episode. Please subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode as we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs.